For years, every time I had prosciutto, it was wrapped around some cantaloupe. That was my early experience with it. Since then, I've begun to appreciate a little bit more. It's much like ham, but it's not smoked and it's air dried. And now we actually have domestic producers as well as those that come from Italy and other places. We've done a tasting here with Jack, and Jack is going to see if I can pick out the winner.
I love prosciutto, Chris. I'm actually envious. Usually I'm not envious when I'm making you taste products, but today I've got 4 prosciuttos. 2 of them are domestic, 2 are from Italy. Prosciutto is the hind quarter of the pig. It is salted for a couple of months, and then it is air dried, sometimes 2 or 3 years. There are 2 consortiums in Italy, one in Parma, and the other is called San Daniele. In Parma, the pigs get to eat the whey from Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. That gives it a sort of meaty, nutty flavor.
So they have a great life up until the last part.
Yes. The domestic choices, there's always been, if you go to the supermarket counter, you can get a domestic, inexpensive prosciutto. But we've got actually a sort of high-quality domestic.
Well, I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Okay. So there was one that I could tell that you were not that wild about. Any impressions about the other 3, or you're going to just keep eating and enjoying? I mean, what was wrong with this one, I guess?
It had all sorts of other flavors in there, which I've never tasted in prosciutto before. This is like, this is the loser. This, I think, is de Parma. This is what I'm used to having. It has that nutty, very distinctive flavor. This is excellent. Great texture, buttery. It doesn't have that profile that I'm used to.
Okay.
So if I want something that I recognize from my early childhood, around that little piece of cantaloupe, this would be the one. So I love both of these. They're just different. And this tastes like something you'd put on a sandwich with mustard. Okay. It's very chewy. I don't like the texture of this at all. It doesn't have much flavor either.
All right, so I'm going to reach over and start doing the reveals here. Let's start with this one. This is the prosciutto San Daniele, which actually our tasters liked. It was not our top choice. It seemed a little milder in flavor. Now, you've got to remember, prosciutto, depending on the animal, slice of prosciutto to slice of prosciutto can be quite different. So this other one, this is also the other Thai one. This is the prosciutto de Parma. We like them quite a lot. They were actually not our favorite. The gourmet American one,
not this.
which is from Iowa.
Please. Oh, that was terrible.
This is a brand called La Quercia, and it means acorn in Italian. Love it. From Iowa, small farm. It's in a lot of gourmet shops. A lot of restaurants are now using it. It's a brand new.
Don't listen to the man to my left.
I would listen to the other tasters.
This was awful. Here, have a taste.
You know,
it's chewy.
That is chewy. I will grant you that.
A little chew.
It has a nice flavor, though.
Anyway, and this one?
This is by far the one that we didn't recommend. This is if you just go to the deli counter and say, give me prosciutto, and don't specify, you get a sort of generic American domestic prosciutto. We thought it was more pastrami than prosciutto. It's not even in the same class as the other 3.
So the winner, according to our tasters, was the La Quercia. The rest of us will stick with the imported stuff.